Mackenzie here with the Jackson Library, and I'm going to show you how to put together our January kit, which is this Popsicle Stick Bird Feeder. And you can grab one of these kits at any of our 3 libraries, the one in Jackson, Heron Lake, or Lakefield. Inside you're going to find a little bird journal so you can keep track of birds that you see, maybe even some eating from your bird feeder. There's going to be some information about 4-H, which we're lucky enough to partner with to create all of these kits for you. There's instructions, some bird food, glue, and then you're going to see the small popsicle sticks like I have here, a large popsicle stick, some string, and something to put your glue on with. So that's what you'll find in your kits. They're completely free. You just have to call one of the libraries to reserve one and schedule a time to pick it up. So this is a craft that's going to take a little bit of time just because you have to wait for the glue to dry in between different sets. So the first one is you got to count out 11 popsicle sticks and put them all in a square like this because we're making the bottom of your bird feeder. So you can look at that. This is what our goal is. So you're going to count with me, see if I've got the 11 here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So as you can see, they're nice and tight and they're lined up with each other because I don't want any big gaps in the bottom of my bird feeder. So then you're going to take another one of your small popsicle sticks. You're going to put the glue on the back of it. So I get a nice amount of glue on there, so a little stick. And you're going to lay it across. Press down there. Okay, now we're just going to leave that one sit, and we got to do the other one. So let's do the same thing. We'll add the glue. And if you have an adult at home and that's helping you, and you happen to have a hot glue gun, you could use that to do all this gluing, and it would go a lot faster. But this white glue is what I used, and I made sure it worked just fine. You just have to wait and be a little patient. So there's your first step. Now you just got to wait for at least an hour. So go do something fun, maybe play a game, read a book, something like that, and then you can come back to it in about an hour. So you can make sure that these are pressed down, everything's nice and tight, and that'll be a good bottom to our bird feeder. I'll see you back here in a little bit. Hello everyone, welcome back. Hopefully you had a nice little break there for an hour while you waited for this to dry. So it needs to be dry enough that you can maneuver that bottom like that, because we need to flip it over. So this is the side we're going to work on, and we're going to start adding the sides to your bird feeder. So it actually looks like this. We've got the bottom done. Now we have to do everything else. So you're going to grab your popsicle stick, and you're going to add glue to each end. Okay? And then we're going to attach it to the end here, and we're going in the opposite direction from how we laid our first 11. So we've got that like that. Then you're going to take and you're just going to keep doing the same thing to build it up. So we've got one on each end. Now we're going to go and do the opposite way. So we've got one going that way. Now we'll do it on this other side. And we will go again. And again. And do one more. And after we add this side in, we are going to put in the perch. There we go. Okay, so the perch is this big jumbo popsicle stick, and that's where some birds can sit and rest while they eat your food. So we are going to add glue in the middle of these two. So you're going to add in the middle and in the middle. And whichever side and whichever point you decide to do your perch is totally up to you. I tried to get it so it was on the lower side so they could easily sit and then reach in. So we've got the glue. You're going to line up one end with the edge of your bird feeder and then have it go out. So we've got this side is right with the other popsicle sticks at the end. and then this one reaches out and over. So that's where they'll actually get to sit. That's their perch. Now you're going to just keep building up the sides. And again, you're just going to add the glue to each end. So you've got glues just on those corners. And we just build it on up. So now we're getting the sides to our bird feeders. It's going to hold in all that food. And I gave you a little bit to start with. And if you notice in there, there's different things. And that's in hopes that it will appeal to different kinds of birds. Because different birds like to eat different things. Some of them can be picky eaters. Some of them like just about anything. There's a lot of interesting things that you can learn about birds. And if you do want to learn more, you can just call us at the library, and that's any of our libraries. And we can find some bird guide books for you. So you can learn more about how birds behave, what they eat, or what kind of birds are out there. Because your bird journal I gave you just has a few bird types that are usually found in Minnesota in the winter. Because birds move around a lot. So some of those birds might not be here in the spring or in the summer. And you can find out all that kind of stuff with the more detailed bird books that we have here in the library. So there we go. I built up the sides, and you just keep doing that alternating pattern like I was doing until you run out of small popsicle sticks. It's as easy as that. So we've got it all, and while the glue is wet, you can kind of make sure they're straight and all that. There we go. And that is where we need to be for now. We're going to wait for another hour. And once the glue has dried enough, then we'll be able to go into the next part, which is attaching the strings so it can actually hang out on a branch or wherever you want it to hang it out outside. So these strings will come in handy for our next part, but for now, you're just going to sit and you can go off and do something fun for an hour because this glue needs to dry. I'll see you back here soon. Hi again, everybody. It's Mackenzie here, and we are ready to go to one of our last steps for making your January craft kit, which is the Popsicle Stick Birdhouse. So as you can see, we've gotten this far, so the last thing we need to do is add the string so you can actually hang it up. And so we've got all of these glued together. Should be dried after you waited that hour. You can always wait a little bit extra if you've got other things to do. You should have some string in your bag that you can use now to add this. So we are going to start, there's going to be one on each corner. So we are going to go inside in between the bottom, and then you're going to be able to pull it through. So you can see I'm pulling that through. And then you're going to stick it through the top of the next side of the corner. So we started over here, down at the bottom. I'm going to stick it through up there. And that's just going to help keep the popsicle sticks together as we tie these up. So there we've got it. Just got it like this. And we can tie this up tight. So you're just going to tie it like you start a shoelace there. So under, over, and through, and do that again. Maybe to just double knot it here if I can get it to go. There we go. So we got it double knotted. So we got our first one on. You're going to do the same thing where you put it through on the bottom and just push it through, and you'll be able to see it inside. Pull it, and you're going to stick it through the top on the next side. There we go. Now we'll do the under, over and through, and just double knot it. If you know some fancy knots, feel free to use those. Okay, just gonna quick do these other two. And so it's all the same for all four corners here. And just double knotting it. And one last corner. Hopefully you spent some of that time you were waiting picking out the perfect spot for your little bird feeder. Where you think those birds will be able to find it, find food for the winter. So with all this snow we're getting, it's a little tough to find food for them. So now with your little bird feeder, you'll be able to help them out. Okay, so we got all four corners. So here they are. Now we can take them, and they'll go up together. Just bring them all together here. So we're matching them all up. Okay. Then you just make them so they're almost like one string. Twirl it around your finger, and stick all those ends through that little loop. And you want to pull and pull it tight. There we go. All done. You are ready to hang it up. You can grab your little container of bird food once you have and put some in there, and then pull out your bird journal and watch and see what birds come to eat. Thank you guys so much for grabbing a craft kit from the library. Once again, if you haven't gotten one yet, you can give us a call at any of the three libraries. Jackson can be reached at 847-4748, Lakefield at 662-5782, and Heron Lake at 793-2641. And you can reserve a craft kit, schedule a time to pick one up, and then you can be on your way to crafting your very own little bird feeder. And we want to send a thank you to Jackson County 4-H for partnering with the library to make all of these kits for you and making them possible to get them in your homes and give you a little something to do on these cold winter days. Goodbye.